Gabriel deGroot, the head coach of the Queen's men's volleyball program. You guys are the reigning OUA champions. You were the reigning OUA East Coach of the Year. You guys finished 5th at the U Sports National Championship last season, and you got to host the OUA Forsyth Cup Final Four here at the Athletics and Recreation Center at Queen's. Have you been able to process the last calendar year, and what has it meant to you to be a head coach here in the OUA?
It's been a lot of reflecting on what an honor it's been to represent this program as the head coach, and then to be part of a team that really rose to the occasion this year, won some huge matches in some big pressure situations, and to be a part of that was honestly just an honor.
So this was your first season as the Queen's Gaels men's volleyball head coach. You served as an assistant under Brenda Willis for 8 seasons. What has been the biggest day-to-day change or transition for you as you move from the assistant role into the role of head coach?
Well, first of all, huge credit to Brenda Willis. I feel very honored to have spent those 8 years with her, learning, watching how she operated day to day, year to year, and those were 8 years of huge learning for me, and I feel like I was really able to take a lot of that and apply it this year in my first year as head coach. The day-to-day is a lot different. I think being part of a high-performance environment and becoming now the architect of that high-performance environment is a lot different. So there's a lot more responsibility there. There's a lot more work to keep the guys motivated and working and learning all year long.
So after your first full season as the team's head coach, what are kind of been the biggest learning curves for you and some of the biggest challenges that you faced going from as an assistant coach over into the head coaching role?
I think first of all I have to really recognize and honor the fact that we have a huge support staff here at Queen's, so I'm not taking on this new role alone. There's a lot of pieces and a lot of people that provide a ton of support for me and for the program. Some of the new challenges though, probably on the recruiting side of things, that's a new experience for me. But it's also been a lot of fun to take those challenges on head first, and I feel like it was a great learning opportunity and found a lot of success in the new things.
Now, you mentioned the process and competitiveness of trying to recruit some of those top-end volleyball players in the country to try to come here to Queen's. Can you just take us through a little bit of that process, what it was like for you, and who can be some of the feature pieces coming in to this highly touted recruiting class coming to Queen's this season?
Yeah, well, I definitely want to put this program in a situation where we are actively recruiting and we're going after the top athletes in the country. And I really set out to do that this year, and I'm really excited about the class we signed. Bit of a surprise from Colorado and Ziglich's. We're excited about him joining the program. And then Dax Tompkins, who, big 6'8" middle blocker that is really going to fill some hole in our roster, so that's a big piece. But yeah, really excited about both Eric Sixna and Lachlan McBride, 2 big outside hitters that are going to make an impact for us right away, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Queen's has long been one of the premier programs in Ontario in terms of competing for a provincial and conference championship. What do you guys need to do to bridge the gap, though, in order to be back on the national stage year in and year out, and to be competing for a national gold medal as opposed to a provincial or conference medal?
Yeah, obviously that's the goal. I don't think I would have taken this role on to just try to win an OUA championship. The ultimate goal is to win a national championship. But we can't focus on that from a day-to-day perspective. We have to just focus on getting a little bit better. So my job is to make sure that, first of all, the athletes are, the right athletes are here, that we can contend. So recruiting is going to be a big piece of that. We're going to look at our systems, we're going to look at our strategies, and make sure we're playing the game in a way that's going to make us successful at the highest level. But then just focusing on the process, making sure that we're getting a little bit better, 1% better every day. And over the course of a year, I think collectively we're going to become a great program and a really strong team.
And a huge emphasis has been made lately with regard to analytics and as well as strength training, and the facilities and the staff that we have here at Queen's are certainly right up there with some of the best in the country, and I think gives you guys a little bit of an advantage over some of the other programs. What does the day-to-day kind of look like for you in that regard, whether it's in the weight room or whether it's on the court, as you guys try to get that 1% better each and every day?
So morning sessions, 4 times a week, we're doing one-on-one individual work. Whether that's myself or my assistant coach, making sure that we're working on our technical skills. And then we're team sessions every evening. So 2-hour sessions, making sure that our systems are right, our tactics are in place. We do have a lot of support, the analytics side of things. We're going to bring in a staff of probably 3 or 4 statisticians this year. And we're going to work on some special projects this year to really dive into how we can win those 1 or 2 extra points, because that ultimately can be the difference in some tight matches.
And the title of this series is called The Gold Standard, and is something that you have embraced as a coach for the Queens volleyball program this season. What does kind of that philosophy look like on a day-to-day basis as being the gold standard, and what can we have in store for the Queens volleyball community and the Kingston volleyball community for 2019-2020?
Yeah, the gold standard, it's not just about championships, it's not just about medals, it's about holding ourselves as student athletes, coaching staff, everyone that's working with this team to a high standard. It's about being a great team, building a great team culture, an environment that's really supportive of each other. It's a team-first environment where everyone's working to make sure that the collective is successful. And yeah, gold standard, in some ways it feels like it puts a lot of pressure on us, but we can't focus on that. If we day-to-day go to work, we put our heads down and make sure we're focusing on the process, good things are going to happen.
Coach deGroot, congratulations to both you and your team for personal and team accolades last season. So much success was great to see, and best of luck as you guys venture forward to try to repeat as OUA champions and perhaps get onto the national podium this season for Queens men's volleyball.
Thank you very much.